Have you ever felt like you're stuck in your career despite all your hard work? What if the secret to unlocking your true potential lies in embracing some harsh realities that most people won't talk about? So, today I'm exposing 10 brutal truths about career advancement that will shake your perspective and empower you to control your future. Hi, I'm Dustin Neff. Over the years, I've interviewed over 10,000 people, I've hired thousands, and I've helped more than 100 professionals get promoted and make more money through a proven system I developed. Me personally, I was stuck in the same role for 9 years until I implemented this system. And I personally used it to triple my income in less than 2 years. So let's get into it. Today, I'm going to pull back the curtain about revealing 10 brutal truths about career advancement that most people won't talk about. So if you're ready for an honest, no fluff look at what it really takes to move up in your career, you're in the right place. So truth number one, no one owes you anything. This is the hardest pill to swallow because when you get hired, you feel like, okay, I want to move up in my career. And that is, the company owes it to me. I put in all this hard work. I've worked nights, weekends, holidays, whatever that looks like. But the brutal truth is no one owes you anything. You own your own growth, not your boss, not your boss's boss, but you own your growth. So some of my previous videos, I've talked about exactly how to do that and how to build that. So that is brutal truth number one. No one owes you anything. Brutal truth number two, your network becomes your net worth. So important. Over 50% of jobs that are posted, they already know who they're going to hire, or sometimes they're not even posted at all. So that is why it is essential that you're proactive and you build relationships with people that can help you move up in your career. So once again, talked about this last video. Surround yourself with one, find a mentor or a coach. Two, find somebody that's already in the role that you want to get to and network with them. And three is build high-level friends with high performers that are on that same career path as you, and help build each other up. Number three, hard work does not equal success. You have to have a strategy of how to achieve the goal, and you won't get there just by working hard. Hard work does not speak for itself. So you have to be strategic. All right, moving on to number four. Comfort zone kills a lot of things. Careers is what we'll focus on here. So if you do not get out of your comfort zone, you will stay where you're at and you will never progress further. So you have to challenge yourself. You have to take on special projects. You have to embrace being uncomfortable. And you have to take calculated risk. For me, I was an expert in my role. And when I went to a different market, it still worked there. When I went to a different industry, when I went to supply chain, I was totally out of my comfort zone. And I thought I would figure it out in 2 weeks and in a month I would be an expert. Not the case. But what I learned in that move was that, yes, my system does work in any industry, any city. But it took me getting out of my comfort zone many times and make these leaps to ultimately prove that theory was true. Okay, number five, criticism is a gift. So the most important thing you can do is listen. You may not like what you hear. I know that I didn't. I made a move out of favorite city that I've ever lived in, and I got that call the day before Thanksgiving that, hey, we had you hand selected for this role, but you bombed the interview and we're not moving forward to it with you. And the reason why they gave me, the reason why is, hey, you didn't talk about people one time in your interview. You talked about financial results, business results. So that was hard to hear. And it wasn't until I truly listened and changed my perspective and changed really my management strategy. This was in 2008 that my career took off after that, but came from, hearing something that I definitely didn't want to hear. but most important conversation that's been had with me in my career. Okay, number 6, sacrifice is part of the process. So there's always going to be a sacrifice if you want to move up. You're going to have to, give things up to get to where you want to be. So whether that is your time, you're taking on special projects, or that's your comfort zone. Hey, this is my role. I'm really good at it. You may be asked to do something different. You may have to improve on a different skill set. So you may sacrifice who you currently are to get to where you want to be. All right, number 7, failure is learning. Failure equals learning. So you can look at failure in one of two ways. You can look at it as a negative, that you should have been more prepared, that you didn't win, or you didn't get the result that you wanted. When you truly embrace failure as learning, it will change the game for you. You won't have the ups and downs and feel bad when you don't achieve something and feel good. You'll be more consistent. But every failure is a learning experience, and it will guide you throughout your career, and you will grow. Number 8, the most important thing on this list, because you can do every single thing else. You can get all the results, you can network, you can, have success, you can get out of your comfort zone. But if you are not able to self-promote, you will not land the job. And that's just plain and simple. And that is what I focus on with people. That's what I focus on with clients, is I help them understand their true value and help them articulate it in a particular way that shows their true value, so that the hiring managers or decision makers see them as the right fit for that role and the only person for that role. So it took me failing 80% of my interviews before I figured this out. But now that I've got it figured out, most important thing you can do. All right, number 9, change is the only constant. For me, once you get really good at something, you want to just keep doing it the same way. Nobody likes change. But when you start to embrace it and you start to innovate and think about, okay, we're here, or you're here. If I want to get to here, I have to do things differently. And that was something that I really harped on in my time in Memphis, and it worked wonders. And it really changed everybody's perspective, including my own. Is, this business has been doing the same thing for 15 years. So I came in with a fresh set of eyes, fresh set of ideas. And that was what I said every day. Hey, we can't get to where we want to get to if we keep doing the same thing. So made a couple strategic changes. But really, that mindset and people buying into that changed the game. And we set records that will never be broken in that market. All right, and then number 10, there is no such thing as an overnight success story. So you see people and you think, wow, they're so good. They just, they got out of that role and they crushed it, or whatever that looks like. But believe me, that did not happen overnight. That's years and years and years. That's the 10,000 hour rule. Like, people would see me coaching or doing interviews and they're like, man, you're so good at that. You can, navigate the interview or the conversation. It looks so natural. And it wasn't always like that, but practice makes perfect, and perfect practice really makes perfect. But putting in that time, and that's the point of this, is there is no overnight success stories. The work has been put in, you just may not see it. So that's it. 10 brutal truths about career advancement. No one owes you anything. Your network is your net worth, becomes your net worth. Hard work does not equal success. Comfort zone kills your career. Criticism is a gift. Listen to it. Sacrifice is part of the process. Failure is learning, and self-promotion is essential. Change is the only constant in this, and there is no overnight success stories. So if you like this content, check out some of my other videos. I'll post one here. Love to hear feedback from you. And that's it. See you on the next video.